Bathrooms are creepy.
And today, we're going to be talking about how creepy bathrooms can be. Hi, I'm Lady, and today we're going to be diving into a paranormal bathroom game. So,
What is it about bathrooms that is so eerie? What is it about bathrooms that makes kids cower at the thought of going by themselves when it's dark outside? Is it the mirrors that may be portals to other dimensions or host spirits? Maybe it's just the fact that we're at our most vulnerable when we're in there, and that we know if anything were to go down, we wouldn't be able to do anything about it because we'd be brushing our teeth, washing our face, maybe getting a shower, or, the last thing. Things, all of which we wouldn't be able to get out of quickly. It's a very vulnerable state, and maybe that's why so many paranormal stories, legends, and games take place there, like the one we'll be diving into today. Today we'll be learning about Baby Blue, the paranormal game. Now, this is just one of those games that's often played at girls' sleepovers. The kind that girls dare each other to play, to go into the bathroom to see who's the bravest. Anything like light as a feather and stiff as a board and Bloody Mary. That's actually how I first heard about this game. I was young, but I wasn't that young, so I was maybe 13, 14 years of age, and I was looking for a good, scary sleepover game. And I came across this one. And just from how to play the game, I decided, nope, that's not the game we're playing tonight. And I found other games. So I was still fascinated about the game, so I read about it. And while looking it up for this video, I found a few versions. Now, the first version I ever saw, you had to play alone, which was the main reason I was not about it. But I found other versions saying that you can play with one other friend. So I'm going to dive into these different variations on how to play the game, and maybe it'll fix that little curiosity you have for what kind of game this is. So version 1 player. You have to go into the bathroom alone. Some versions say you have to play it at night. Others say that you don't have to play it at night and it doesn't really specify. But you always have to turn the lights off. So if you really want that total darkness effect, you might want to play it when the sun is gone. The next step is to lock the door and face the mirror. You cradle your arms and begin to rock them. And you have to say the phrase, Baby Blue, or Blue Baby, 13 times without making a mistake. And while rocking, you should begin to feel a weight forming in your arms. Now, this is where the variations change depending on the versions that I saw. The first version said to pay attention to if that weight starts turning into scratches on your arms. And if you feel scratches, to throw the weight into the toilet, flush, and run out of the bathroom and close the door. Another version I found said that when the baby starts to get too heavy, that is when you flush the baby down the toilet and run out the door. The consequences in version 1 of holding the baby too long is that it gets very, very heavy and begins scratching at your arms with intense force so that the pain is unbearable. And once the pain is unbearable, you'll see a female figure appear in the mirror. And when you look at her, she'll scream, "Where's my baby?" Now, if you get to this point in the game, most of the versions I saw say, you've lost. Some versions say whoever finds you will find you with your eyes scratched out. So pretty similar to another mirror legend that we know. And version 2. Multiplayer or 2-player, whatever. I think it's 2-player, never mind. Again, you go to the bathroom, and again, some versions say at night, other versions don't specify, but you lock the door and fog up the mirror. In this version, You have to fog it up with either your breath or, turning on hot water, and then write in the mirror the words baby blue. After you write the words, you cradle your arms. In this version, you don't have to rock your arms or say the phrase. You just sort of start to begin to feel the weight. Once you feel the weight, you pass it to your friend, and your friend passes it back. The goal of the game is to pass it back and forth without dropping it. Now, if you successfully do it without dropping it, you can end the game by erasing the name from the mirror. If you drop it, he will scratch you. You have 3 chances to not drop him. If between the two of you, you get 3 scratches, you lose the game. When you lose the game in this version, player 1 always dies. But I saw a version that said player 2 can die or can survive if you drop the baby 3 times. But player 1 always dies. The mirror will shatter or crack, and that'll be the last thing you see. Now, I feel as somebody who believes in the supernatural, it is my responsibility to say, don't play this game. Do not play this game. It is not safe. You don't know what you could be bringing over. And the only reason I'm sharing this is because I like to make videos that I watch. And I watch how to play paranormal games because I find it interesting. I find the rules interesting. I find the ritual interesting. But it's solely for entertainment. Please do not play this game. You don't know what you could be bringing over. And I actually found one story, because I couldn't find any origin legends or anything like that. All I could find was one story in regards to this game called The Legend of Laura. So it's not even an origin story. So the version I found says that this group of girls found out about the Blue Baby legend and wanted to play the game. So the legend goes that one girl named Laura decided to try it out and goes into the bathroom to play the game. She gets there, turns off the light, closes the door behind her, and puts her arms into the cradling position and begins to say the phrase. As she rocks, a little bit of weight starts to come into her arms, and all of a sudden, a pale blue phantom baby appears into her arms. It starts scratching at her. At this point, Laura is terrified, and not knowing what to do, she just stood there helpless. The baby started getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and she wanted to drop it. But when she looked into a mirror, she caught a glimpse of a woman. Laura screamed in horror so loud her friends heard her through the door and tried to rush in, but the door was locked. They managed to get help to break down the door and finally get in, but when they did, they found Laura on the ground lying lifeless, with her eyes scratched out. Now, obviously, the story is worst case scenario, so again, don't play this game, but I hope if you were in a bit of a spooky, vibe, I can't believe it just said spooky vibe, but in a feeling where you wanted to listen to something a little bit scary, I hope this was your fix and you don't play the game. Again, as somebody who does believe in the paranormal and supernatural, even if I'm not super woo-woo, I would advise you not to play this game, as you don't know what you could do. Worst case scenario, you end up like Laura. So that was today's video. I hope you guys got creeped out. If you want to watch more, subscribe to my channel because I'll be making more content like this. Now, that's everything I have to say about the Blue Baby paranormal game. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to all of you guys soon.
Bye!
Some versions say whoever anything like light as a feather and which means you're probably gonna die.